Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm here at Euston Station in London and I'm going to be travelling with Avanti West Coast up to Manchester Piccadilly. Now this is a special journey because this is the first day of the new refurbished Pendolino trains, so I'm going to be trying out the new standard class on this train. Let's go! Welcome to Euston, one of London's many terminal stations. This one catering to commuter, regional, high-speed and sleeper trains heading up the West Coast main line. The station has a forecourt where you can find lots of outdoor seating, which is great on warm days like this one. We'll take a look around the station in a moment, but first I need to buy my ticket for the ride up to Manchester this evening. Euston's ticket office can be found just beside the main station hall. It features staffed ticket desks as well as many ticket machines. Now, it surely can't just be me who does not get along with these new ticket machines, which turn a simple transaction that would normally take just a few seconds into a 2-minute long ordeal. Or at least they would if they actually worked at all. Luckily, there was an older style machine which allowed me to purchase a ticket with ease. London Euston first opened in the 1830s as part of the London and Birmingham Railway. In the 1960s, a controversial overhaul took place, resulting in the modern airport-like construction seen today. I quite like it personally, but what do you think? The station handles trains running to all sorts of destinations, with the majority heading along the West Coast main line to places such as Birmingham, Manchester, Liverpool and Glasgow. My train is the 1857 to Manchester Piccadilly, a speedy journey of 183 miles taking about 2 hours. Between access to the platforms you can find another selection of eateries. It's also worth checking out the elevated area, which as well as being a great way to look down on the crowds below, also features the station's pub and restaurant. One issue with the station is its lack of seating, and as nice as the outdoor area is, it's not much use when the weather is cold and wet, as it often is in the UK. Finally, the station is linked to the London Underground, though for some journeys it may be faster to walk to the nearby Euston Square station. This is one of Euston's infamous ramps, where commuters rush along to their train once boarding has been called, in what is often known as the race down the ramp. Before long, my train is arriving in from the sidings. This is 390-125, one of the 57 tilting Pendolino trains built from 2001 for Virgin Trains, and is now operated by Avanti West Coast. The 11-car train is the first example of Avanti's refurbishment scheme for the fleet, re-entering service the very day this video was recorded. As I only bought my ticket a few minutes ago, I of course don't have a seat reservation. Thankfully, there are unreserved seats in coach C, U and G. The first thing we pass through is the new onboard cafe bar, which has replaced Virgin Trains' so-called shop. I'll go into further detail on this later, but first I have to choose a seat. This is coach C, seat 26, a forward-facing window seat on the left. Here's a better look at the train that will be taking me up to Manchester this evening. This Class 390 Pendolino is capable of 125 miles an hour and is faster than other trains on the same route thanks to its ability to tilt into the corners, increasing comfort levels on board. These trains operate alongside their diesel counterparts, the Super Voyager, mainly used on routes into North Wales and set to be replaced soon. Today's route starts in the centre of London, at Euston Station. You can really see all the construction work going on for High Speed 2 here. On departure, the train heads north along the West Coast Main Line, speeding towards our first stop of Rugby. After, we run through the Trent Valley before branching off to serve Stoke-on-Trent, then continuing on through to Manchester Piccadilly. Departure today is on time at 18:57. As we travel along the West Coast Main Line, we run adjacent to the Watford DC line of the London Overground. Anyway, the main focus for today is of course the new refurbishment, and possibly the biggest change is the standard class seating, which has been completely changed. The new seat is quite well padded, and has a really nice ergonomic back. There's also now a headrest with massive wings, though I think choosing white as the colour for this was poorly thought out at best. This will look grubby in a few months' time. Folding armrests are available, with decent leather padding too, though frequent travellers like myself will be disappointed to find that there is still no armrest at the window. The legroom is pretty decent. There definitely seems to be a bit more room than on the original interior, no doubt thanks to the very slim back of the seat frame. The seat back table is large and can be extended further with its sliding function. Almost anyone who has been on one of these Pendolinos will know just how annoying it is that the only plug sockets are at table seats. Thankfully, this refurbishment finally resolves this issue, with every single seat getting access to a 3-pin power socket and a USB socket. Every window has an adjustable window blind of good efficacy. In addition, all seats have an individual reading light, something that's really useful as these trains have very pleasant, soft lighting in general. This station is Watford Junction, the end of the line for London Overground services and a cooling point for West Midlands trains and Govia Thameslink Railway services. Next, we pass Bletchley, where some construction can be seen. This will one day be part of the east-west rail route between Cambridge and Oxford. Bletchley station itself opened in 1839, but went on to serve as the main station for the 1960s new town, Milton Keynes, until it received its own central station in 1982. We are now running in the Watford Gap, a low-lying flatland in Northamptonshire. Here, the West Coast Main Line, the visible M1 motorway, and the Grand Union Canal all run in close proximity to one another thanks to the area's geography being so convenient for travel corridors. After a fast run of about 50 minutes, we arrive into the first station stop, Rugby. This station acts as the junction for services to Birmingham, as well as serving the market town of Rugby, Warwickshire. And in case you're wondering, yes, this is the place where the sport of the same name came from, with it being thought to have started here in 1845 at a local school. Right, now let's have a little look around the rest of the train. First up, the wheelchair area, and what I really like about this is how it is clearly displayed on the carpet, so that people know not to use it for luggage storage. Next to this is the wheelchair access toilet, where nothing really seems to have changed except for a few vinyls. Moving on, there is also a regular toilet. The soap, the water and the hand dryer all worked fine, and the toilet was generally in a good condition. One really clever piece of design here is that the toilet automatically flushes itself when the door is unlocked. Now for another big change, the onboard catering area, located in Coach C. I really do like how open an area it feels now compared to the shop on the old interiors, though I can't help but think the selection seems really limited compared to what it used to be. Thankfully, the hot drinks machine is still in place. And in what must be a first on the UK railways is a water filling station, though this is not ready for use yet. It's not just standard class that has got some attention though, with standard premium and first class also having a stylish upgrade. They both now feature luxuriously dark colours and privacy dividers between table seats. The headrests between classes are slightly different, but the main difference of course is the provision of a tasty meal service in first class. As we once again work our way up to our top speed of 125 miles an hour, now is a great time to show off the train's tilt function, which helps it weave faster around the corners. One last new feature I'd like to show off is these new information screens, which show various things, including cooling points, the weather forecast, general journey information, and me? Next up, Stoke-on-Trent. The city is often known as the Potteries, owing to its heritage as a collection of 6 towns deeply invested in the pottery industry. The station has just 3 platforms, which for a city with a population of 250,000 people seems rather small. Do you know of any bigger places with a similarly small station? Leave a comment. As the train continues through the darkness to Manchester, it's time to talk about how much I paid. For this trip, I literally bought a flexible off-peak ticket a few minutes before boarding at a cost of £64.70 for a return, including a third off with my 16 to 25 railcard discount. This gives each way a price of £32.35, which works out as a price per mile of about 18p. Fairly good value for money considering the flexibility and short notice. Overall, I'm somewhat conflicted in what I make of this refurbishment. On the one hand, there's really not much wrong with it per se, with comfort roughly the same as before, a new catering area, and a few subtle changes elsewhere. The real issue I have is that it still seems too similar to what came before. Various signage has been left unchanged, the same applying to the toilets and vestibules, which seem to have had very little work done. The most glaring example being some signs referencing the shop from Virgin Trains days. And the less said about this window blind, the better. It's a fairly decent start, but to me the job just seems a little bit unfinished, despite running multiple months late. I really hope these minor issues can be fixed going forward. Stockport is the penultimate station on today's journey, and means we're just 10 minutes away from Manchester. This section of the route passes over the Stockport Viaduct. There's an urban myth around this bridge, saying that the bridge was created on the condition that all trains passing over it must stop at Stockport. This is, however, false, with a small selection of early morning and late night trains passing through without calling. A few minutes later, we arrive into Manchester Piccadilly, where the train terminates. Arrival is on time at 21:05. So, What do you think of Avanti's Pendolino refurbishment? Have you been lucky enough to try it out already? Why not take this moment to leave a comment with your thoughts? Thanks for watching my video on the Avanti Pendolino. If you enjoyed, then please give the video a like, as it really helps out. And for more content like this, then subscribe to the channel to get notified whenever I upload. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to seeing you again on my next journey.